In this video, we're going to look at how to integrate your calendar with your Outlook calendar. Now, currently, there's no direct integration. So we're going to establish what we call a workaround in this video so that you can link up your Outlook calendar to your calendar so you can keep using your existing calendar there to integrate with your appointments, and your appointments will come across to your normal calendar, right? So the way we do this is that we actually add an intermediary step using Google Calendar. So if you already have a Google Calendar, you can use that. And in this video, we're going to assume that you do. If you don't, you can simply create a dummy Google Calendar. And all you need to do is go to gmail.com, create a calendar, and then use that. So let's dive through that process right here very quick. So here we are in Gmail. So again, if you don't have a Google account, simply go to gmail.com and create a free Gmail account. Once you're in, this is a brand new account here. We can click up here on the top right to go to calendar, and we'll see our Google Calendar. Now, we don't need to do anything with this right now, but you need to see it because that's going to verify that what you're doing is actually working, right? So from here, the next thing we're going to do is go into your account. So let's go to our account here and select the calendar that we want to integrate. Now, you can run multiple appointment types. For this demo, we're just going to use one. So let's go to the Matt calendar here. And what I want to do is have at least one appointment in the calendar, right? So I'm going to put one in here at 2 p.m. here. I'm going to put in an appointment. Always remember when using this view of the calendar to start typing the person's name and then click the appointment. Otherwise, it won't trigger all the automations. So it's just good practice to always do that. And you should at least have a dummy contact in the system so you can use that. So let's save that, and now we have an appointment in the calendar, and this is going to help us check that everything is working. So next thing you'll need is an Outlook account, which I'm assuming you have. That beeping going off is the appointment I just booked for myself. Make sure that your Outlook calendar is open. So here's my calendar account here. This is just a brand new Outlook calendar. I don't normally use it, so I've just created this for this demo. So here's my Outlook calendar. Now we need a free piece of software to get basically that integration working, where we're going to have Outlook and Google talk to each other and then talk to that Google calendar, right? So what we need to do is go to this page here. There'll be a link under this video, and at the bottom of this page there is a download called setup.exe. Install that program, and it's going to come up with this program just here. I'll drag it on screen. There we go. Now this actually gives you a step-by-step. I'm going to go through it with you on the video, so it's super easier. And I'm going to slow down a little bit here as we get into the technical part of it. So step one of this, we need to go into the settings, right? So go into the settings tab above here, and you'll start in the Outlook tab. Now, if you've opened this in Outlook, like while your Outlook is already open, it'll actually pick up your Outlook account. If you want to select a certain calendar, you can do that here. I'm going to leave it on default calendar. Leave all the other settings there as the same. Then, step two, we click on Google and click on Retrieve Calendars. This will then ask you to sign in to your Gmail account. It'll ask you for permission for this Outlook Google Calendar Sync application. You want to allow that. Okay, and then you can close that window and bring back up your application. Okay, and you'll see it now is connected. The next step is we go to Sync Options. Now yours may look a little bit different to mine because I've already set mine up. I'm just going to go through these three elements for you. You want to make sure that for Outlook to Google in this drop down, we leave this top section as is. Date range, you can change to 1 day in the past, 60 days in future, and schedule every 15 minutes. So if you have that set to 0, which is probably the default setting, it won't allow, as it says here, when you hover over it, it disables automated sync, right? So the fastest you can do it is every 15 minutes. And then the what you can leave as default. Yep, so you should have all these boxes ticked. Hit save. Then, very important step, go back up here and choose the other direction, Outlook to Google. And you want to make sure it's similar, 1, 60, and 15 here. In the what, location description, attendees. That's fine, hit save. Actually, there was one that we missed, sorry. In the Outlook to Google, check that push Outlook changes immediately. Save. And if you've set the top ones correctly, Outlook to Google, I don't know why this is going to 25, that should be at 15 minutes, there we go. The second one is 15 minutes, the third one should just say 15 minutes, yep, and you don't need to change anything else on that one. So they're all done, hit save. And then from there, we want to check that your sync is working, so we can hit start sync here, whoops. Start sync, don't hit cancel. Okay, and it says sync has finished, okay, but we didn't have any appointments in there. So the next step is to go back to set the integration there. So we go into your account and you go to the settings area and you need to set up your integration with your new Google Calendar. So I go to integrations. Now I've already set this, so I will delete it and you can see what I do. I hit the connect button. It will ask me to sign into my Gmail again. You just do this on your account. This is happening for me on a different screen. I'll bring it back up here. Okay, hit close and there it is. So there's my Google account connected. That's all I need to do there. Then I hit the calendars button up here. And again, I've already done this one, but for yours it won't be connected. You'll have a drop down box here. You just select your calendar and then select the calendar within that. Let me show you on a different calendar. So this one that I haven't integrated, you select Google, and then within that you select the calendar that you want. All right, so in this case it's activefitaustralia@gmail.com. You want two-way sync enabled and make sure that sticky contact is left on there and hit save. Cool, so now that's integrated. We are just using the Matt one, but again, these are your different appointment types in your calendars, so you may have multiple ones. You want to integrate them all to that same calendar. So then I'm going to go into my calendar view here and have a look at the calendar I wanted to use, which is Matt. In fact, now we've got two synced, we'll have a few different things going on. Yep, so there's already some appointments in this appointment thing, which they will come across as well. So let's put one in Matt's calendar. There it is, we've already done one. So now we go back to simulate the automatic synchronization in our Outlook Google Calendar Sync program, and we're going to start the sync. Actually, one more thing before we do that, sorry, just to show you how this really works, is in my Outlook calendar, I'm going to create an event. So I'm going to say that I'm going to put in Friday 11 o'clock. So Friday 11 a.m. till say 2 p.m. I'm going to say I'm busy. So if you had stuff on here, save that. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to my sync application, and on the sync tab, hit start sync. I've got to stop pressing it twice. Okay, so the synchronization is finished. Let's go back here. Let's refresh this view. And so now I can see I've got my appointment from Polly has gone through Google and sitting on my Outlook calendar here. And this busy time that I put in my Outlook calendar, if I load to my Google calendar, is sitting there. And then finally, if I go to look at the appointment area, the calendar area, and I can see there's the appointment, obviously, because I set that in Polly, but also it's pulled this busy period from Outlook through my Google Calendar into the account. So now everything is talking to each other and it's all integrated. One final step you want to do that I skipped over before is in your settings of the sync tool, there is that fourth tab, application behavior, and you may want to check start on login so that it always starts when you open up. Set any other settings you want in here, but start on login is important, and hit save. And now every 15 minutes this will run and synchronize your appointments.